It started with a soccer ball. A soft kick, a smile from my son, and the quiet thump of the ball rolling down our driveway. An ordinary Saturday moment. But that peace shattered when a voice, sharp as broken glass, screeched from across the street. "Get that thing off the pavement, Mrs. Hensley," head of the HOA, self-appointed queen of the cul-de-sac. My son, 11 years old and wheelchair-bound since the accident last year, froze. The ball had barely rolled 5 feet past our property line. But to her, it was the equivalent of vandalism. What happened next? No one saw coming. Not even her. And when she realized what she'd done, what she touched, regret hit her like a freight train. But by then, it was too late. I had already started building the plan that would tear her little kingdom down. Brick by smug brick. We moved into Maple Creek a year ago. Quiet suburb, nice homes, and a strict but manageable HOA. At least that's what the brochure said. I'm a single dad. My son, Noah, was hit by a drunk driver 2 years ago. Spinal trauma. He's been adjusting to the chair ever since. But he's tougher than I'll ever be. And we've learned to find joy in small things. Like his new love for soccer, he'd kick the ball from his lap using a lightweight brace. Just watching him light up with each kick made the whole world fade. Until Mrs. Hensley decided otherwise. She didn't like wheelchairs scuffing the sidewalk. Said it broke the HOA's aesthetic integrity. That first complaint was a warning shot. She left a passive-aggressive letter in our mailbox, folded like origami rage. But it didn't stop there. Next, she issued a fine. $50. For unsightly recreational equipment left in plain view. The equipment? A foam soccer ball, sitting next to our porch. I tried reasoning. He's not hurting anyone. It's therapeutic. She just blinked. Rules are rules. The thing is, this wasn't about the ball. Or the sidewalk. It was about control. And Noah? He represented everything she couldn't control. Joy. Resilience. A spirit that refused to stay within her painted lines. Then came the moment that changed everything. One afternoon, Noah was practicing his kicks on the driveway. I was watering the garden. Mrs. Hensley stormed across the street. No warning. She snatched the ball mid-roll and kicked it. Not back toward us, but into the storm drain. Then, turning to Noah, she snapped, "Keep your toys off my street." And then she pushed his wheelchair. Not hard, but enough to startle him. Enough for him to roll backward, almost tipping. I dropped the hose. She looked up, eyes wide, like she realized what she'd just done. I walked over calmly, checked Noah. He was shaken, but okay. And I said quietly, "That was your last mistake." She tried to backpedal the next day. Claimed Noah had lunged at her. Said I threatened her. She filed a complaint with the HOA board, which, surprise, she also chaired. That's when things got weird. We got 3 fines in a week. One for unapproved lawn decorations, Noah's garden gnome. Another for excessive water runoff, my sprinkler. And one for noise disturbance because my wind chimes made a metallic clatter. This was warfare. I started documenting everything. Dates, times, photos. I installed a camera facing the front yard. Captured her walking over and snapping pictures like some aging neighborhood spy. Then Noah came home from school in tears. Someone, anonymous, had reported him to CPS for neglect and poor supervision. They knocked on our door. That was it. This wasn't just control. This was sabotage. So I got smart. Turns out HOA rules are public record. I requested the past 2 years of violations. Found a pattern, Mrs. Hensley fined minorities, renters, and single parents at 8x the rate of everyone else. Then I dug deeper. I discovered the HOA board had never held a full vote. She was rubber stamping every decision. Time to turn the tables. First, I rallied the neighbors. Quiet ones. Ones she'd silenced over the years. Turns out I wasn't alone. The Wilsons got fined for growing vegetables. The Nguyen's for painting their door non-compliant beige. Together, we filed a motion to recall her as chair. We needed 2/3 of the votes. I printed flyers. set up a meeting, even brought cookies. On the day of the vote, I showed the board the footage of her kicking Noah's ball and pushing his chair. She tried to cut me off. "This is a witch hunt," she shrieked. But it was too late. One by one, hands went up. Motion passed. Effective immediately, Mrs. Hensley was stripped of power. Her face? Priceless. Like someone pulled the rug out from under her crown. But the cherry on top. I had filed a civil suit for endangering a disabled minor. The footage? My lawyer called it open and shut. 2 months later, the neighborhood feels lighter. No more mysterious fines. No more intimidation. The board has new leadership. Real votes. Real fairness. And Noah? He's got a new ball. Blue and gold. His school colors. We even painted a small line down the driveway, his goal line. The neighbors helped. Last week, as I watched him roll up, brace his leg, and kick that ball into the mini goal, I couldn't help but smile. Justice doesn't always come loud. Sometimes it rolls in softly with a perfect kick. And as for Mrs. Hensley, she moved out. Quietly. No goodbye letters. Just a for sale sign. Guess the neighborhood became too unsightly for her taste. Some battles aren't about winning. They're about standing. For your kid. For your peace. For the kind of world you want to live in. So to anyone dealing with their own HOA tyrant, document everything, build alliances, and never let bullies win in silence. And if you made it this far, comment "justice served," so I know you're one of us. Would you have handled it differently? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you love stories where karma hits like a truck, subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got more justice on the way. You won't want to miss what's next.